St. Mames with a great block to the outside. They're sitting very, very good out as Nasty Pelosi escapes the pack. Lead Jammer for the majority whips.
Come on, Nasty!
Jam gets called off here as 2 points picked up by Nasty Pelosi. That's going to bring them within 11. Our next jam is going to be brought to you by Gore's Truly. Hey, and Frightmare's up on that makes sense. Your daily bloodline by the Murder Hers. That's gorestruly.com, Dr. Shonup's favorite horror movie website. And Frightmare's on the line, so it all works, it all makes sense. Frightmare, 31 Elm Street.
Only fitting, only fitting. Of course, Lenore Gore is loving it as well.
As Sharp Shredder, the opponent, and makes her just amazing work there by Sharp Shredder to push that two-wall and split them as she goes ahead and gains lead chamber status for the win.
Obviously, she had the leverage there, and she was able to break that wall.
Low block has been assessed to Frightmare as Helen Handbag also on her way to the right IP lock penalty box. So a power jam in favor of Scare Force here.
Exactly, Frightmare not very excited about that call. She thought she just got low, was not a low block, but she's going to have to spend some time in the right IP penalty box.
3-on-3 in the pack here, so even strength is Sharp Shredder trying to separate the pack here is another 5 points picked up.
Once you see when the pack is spin like this, even though it's even, all the skaters have their own assignments, but there's so much more room on the track, the jammers have a lot more opportunity to make their own room, carve out some space, and pick up some points on the board.
Well, pack advantage is about to be 4-on-2 for the majority whips as Sugar High enters the right IP law penalty box for DC Games, emerging and rejoining the pack. And Sharp Shredder calls off the jam. 20-point jam there for Sharp Shredder. That's going to widen that lead down to 31, and the power jam will carry over, Magic.
Well, definitely. That's a big jam there when you don't have the advantage on the track, but you're still able to put that many points on the board.
Looks like we have an official timeout. While we do that, we mention them all throughout. We want to tell you about Masterman Krugman and Dino, offering a full range of services in the area of Virginia family law. And of course, you mentioned in here, Magic, we have our Jammerline gal and possibly a guy, later on it. It depends on who is able to serve our Jammerline sponsored needs. They'll come around every couple of jams and let you know where that Jammerline is. Do you feel like you're adequately appropriating where the Jammerline is? No, I wasn't saying that to go right there. You're doing a great job.
Let's make some noise for the Jammerline girl. She's working really hard for you. Great sponsors.
They like you. It's good.
That's all that's important.
And while we're also going through this official timeout, we've got a fancy banner up here for Nelly's Sports Bar. They sponsor our announcer table, and they are located at U Street. They support the DC Rollergirls. Make sure you stop in for happy hour from 5 to 8, which is more than an hour, statistically speaking. And they also have drive brunch on Sundays. So you have Nelly's Sports Bar. Dr. Shoneup, my good friend over there, says he loves heading over there whenever he can. Great place to go.
Definitely find out showing up there. Not have to pick him up off the table to identify him, but he's there taking full advantage of happy hour.
That's only if he has 9 during happy hour. So as soon as we know what the status of this official timeout is all about, we will let you know. But this is a great opportunity, by the way. Make sure you go and check out your silent auction bids, because there's no action happening on the track. Make sure somebody hasn't outbid you for that dangerously delicious buy. Hint, it may have been me. So make sure you head on over to the silent auction table, because we will be announcing the winners after halftime.
Definitely worth battling it out for those dangerously delicious pies. They live up to their name. They're very delicious. Also, it's a good opportunity for you to go check out the merch booth. Lots of wonderful items out there in the merch booth.
The merchandise booth has rally towels now. So if you want to... we're out of rally towels. Wow, that went quick.
We were quickly corrected there.
Chris Applesass over here telling you we have no more rally towels. Are you going to get some more at some point? We don't know. Well, either way, that's great. But there's some great t-shirts over there, some stickers, all kinds of good stuff. You can still head on over to merch. When was their last opportunity to buy merch, guys?
being started here as we get some information on the call. Go ahead and jump in there. What's the call?
So it looks like the majority whips have challenged the low block penalty against Frightmare. And for those of you who remember asked, does an official review actually work? Do calls ever get overturned? Yes, because this call is getting overturned. The low block is getting overturned, it appears.
Like we mentioned, Frightmare is a skater that skates low to the ground, and apparently that's part of the reason why it looked as though it was a low blocking penalty, but she was not called for that low blocking penalty ultimately, which means the jammer for the majority whip will be released from the right IP penalty box.
So make sure you write that down at, let's see, 6:29 on January 18th, you saw an official review overturn a call. It's one of the few times I've seen it happen. Limbs is confirming that. So
I never questioned Screwy Decimal's judgment, but when a penalty is overcalled, you want to make track of that. So most definitely keep track of that on your agenda. Also, you want to keep track of the action that's taking place on the track right now. Nasty Pelosi is your lead jammer, and this ties right back into the penalty. Majority whips were able to get their skater out of the penalty box, and now she's the lead jammer.
And you know, that's really a great opportunity there for Nasty Pelosi, because again, majority whips trailing by 32. She has that lead jammer status.
And I'll tell you one thing you never want to do is count out Marion Barracuda, and she is free of the pack. She's not lead jammer, but she still has opportunities to put points on the board and help her team win.
Velocity Raptor trying to tangle up Nasty Pelosi. Nasty completes the scoring pass for 5 points here for the majority whips. You know, when I say something about clothes that kill, I don't mean literally. These clothes will not actually kill you, but they will make you enjoy what's on them. I mean, original clothing for Thinking People, Dead Bat Designs is here at the event. They kill in the metaphorical sense.
Which is the best sense to kill in, I think.
That's right, and you don't want any of our many lawyers that are here at the DC Rollergirls to challenge anything like that.
So you want to clarify that actually with all the lawyer sponsors.
Make sure to go visit Dead Bat Designs. I love seeing all the fun stuff they bring each and every month here at the DC Armory. And with that in action, Sharp Shredder has gained lead jammer status.
Once again, you see Sharp Shredder taking lead jammer status. Very strong skater. Has been skating quite a few jams in this bout and putting some points on the board right now for her team.
1 point picked up here by Sharp Shredder. 27-point difference as we have less than 5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Marion Barracuda will step up onto the Masterman on top jammer line. Going up against Nasty Pelosi. Back in action, and you know, it's a pack that's so congested you'd think it's my sinuses in February.
Wow, that's a lot of information. I think that's one thing you need to bring up to the lawyers, possibly.
I don't know about that. Maybe you should go see a doctor. But empty penalty box means it's going to be tough for the jammers to get through because you got to fend off against 4 opponents while your teammates are trying to fend off, you know, the opposing jammer. It's really complex out there. But Marion Barracuda has found a hole. She is going to be lead jammer for Scare Force 1.
You always have to hope that one of the skaters take a spill, and that's what we saw. We saw Jewel Hibson taking a spill, which freed up some space for Marion Barracuda to get free, and now she's your lead jammer.
I don't know if you saw it on that side there, but Rollergirl gave a good little push to the small of Marion Barracuda's back. Then able to surge through the pack. A great teamwork there and an assist by Rollergirl. They get 3 points on the board for Scare Force.
This is some of the subtleties you're not able to see all the time, but that you need to really keep an eye out for. The blockers do more than just block the jammers of the opposing team. They also help their own jammer. You saw Rollergirl there giving a boost to her skater. It's okay, she skates backwards a little bit, but she's got to push her skater forward. Help put the team out. That's great team play going on the track right now.
Sharp Shredder jamming against Abigail Adams. Before I can even finish that sentence, Sharp Shredder is leading jammer for Scare Force 1.
Sharp Shredder definitely putting in work tonight. She's skated. She's been the jammer on at least 6 jams at this point, I believe.
Oh, looking to to see on the completion here, 5 points scored thus far. That's the first scoring pass. That is going to put Scared Force over the century mark. Relatively high-scoring game here today.
Huge hit delivered there. Two skaters went flying. Sharp Shredder.
Sharp Shredder with the call off there. Managed to pick up 3 points before calling off the jam. So it looks like when the next jam starts, unless somebody decides to call timeout to mess with me, there is going to be a discrepancy between the period clock and the jammer clock. And for those of you who are here for the first time, what this means is we're going to go until the jam clock ends. If the period clock just happens to expire, we will continue until the jam ends.
Kim, as you mentioned, Scared Force 1 put over 100 points on the board already. And I'm wondering if this crowd is still with me. So folks, if you're a Scared Force 1 fan, let me hear you make some noise! It's never over until it's over, so majority whip fans, if you're in the house, let me hear you make some noise!
And it looks like that jam gets called off here as both jammers were able to escape. And an illegal procedure was assessed. Velocity Raptor at the end of the jam. Getting after the whistle, and that is an illegal procedure, so we will get one more jam, but Scared Force will be down. Well, no. Velocity Raptor is back out there because I believe she's for the penalty box. So there can only be 2 blockers, or 1 blocker and 1 pivot in the penalty box at a time. If you are assessed the penalty and the jam ends and you move on to the next jam, you have to stay out there. And that's actually one of the more complex things to do in Derby because you have to wait to serve them, and you could commit another penalty and end up serving another penalty.
Spend a lot of time in the penalty box. You're already winded, and sometimes you make mental mistakes at that point in time. Easy to pick up another penalty and spend more time in the penalty box.
Pelosi, lead jammer for the majority whips, able to pick up 4 points before calling it off. So let's see here, it's going to be 104 to 70. Question is here, are we going to get another jam? Both teams have used their official review, so they cannot use that. I think we're just going to let the time go. Are we? Are we letting the time go? We're letting the time go. That's going to be the end of the first period. So, great first half of action. That scoreboard really not an indication of the action that we've seen